I think hardly a week goes by where I don't hear some kind of story from someone or a question that somebody asks me regarding my minister has told me that I need to purge on a weekly basis, or I need to put down my ARVs, and if I believe in God strongly enough that I will be healed by God. And people often ask me my commentary on that and what I think about it. Well, the truth of the matter is that I am not a religious man. I'm a man who is very spiritual. I have a direct contact with God, as arrogant as that may sound. I believe the only relationship I can have with God is my relationships with God. And it's not for anybody else to interpret or decide whether it's real, whether it's unreal. It's real for me, and that's good enough for me. I don't know any benefit or any religious benefit for somebody swallowing 20 liters of water and purging on a regular basis. The same would be true of giving themselves a weekly enema or enemas a couple of times a week. I don't know what the benefit long term is going to be on that. I can certainly see what the detrimental side of it is. And I also have never yet met a person who has put down their ARVs and has walked away HIV negative. I think people do get confused, because what a lot of people are not aware of is that when a person's immune system is severely compromised and they're not on antiretrovirals, for example, and they're at advanced stages of AIDS, their body stops producing antibodies. So if we were to test people in the late stages of their HIV infection towards the end of their lives, the chances are they're going to test HIV negative. So I can certainly understand why the confusion exists, the way people can say, I was HIV positive and I put my pills down and now I'm HIV negative. And I've actually heard some of those stories, and sadly I wasn't there. I didn't get there fast enough to meet the people, because 9 times, in fact 10 times out of 10, without any exception, they all died. So whilst I do not doubt for a moment that God is capable of miracles, I'm pretty clear on the fact that God probably created the ARVs. So why do we need to look deeper into what is available to us? The pills are there, the drugs are there. They can save you. They can save your life. You can stick around much longer. Why don't we see that as a little miracle? Quite candidly, I'm not interested in debating with anybody regarding whether pills work, whether they don't work, and all the rest of it. I'm simply sharing my experience and the experience of millions of other people that I've met who have benefited largely from taking the ARVs. And I don't understand, or I cannot condone or support any religious practice that is man-driven, i.e. an interpretation. If it's not clearly stated, thou shalt stick a hose up thy rear, or thou shalt purge on a regular basis by swallowing 22 liters of salty water, don't believe it. There's no benefit to you whatsoever. The enema thing, maybe, it'll be a bit of a high colonic enema, which is not a bad thing. It'll clean you out of some parasites and some worms and stuff, so it's not going to be terribly detrimental to you. But the whole concept of swallowing water, I mean, just think it through. You're going to be swallowing all this stuff. You're upsetting all the acid in your stomach. You're purging the acid out. Now your body's got to make a whole bunch more acid. All right? Not only that, as you're purging the acid out and the water is now finally out, there's still some acid left. That acid's going to go up the esophageal tract, which is your throat. And what it's going to do is it's going to start eating away at that. And then you're going to develop things like throat cancer. Oh, what fun. So really, when somebody says to you, God is saying you must do this, unless God said it personally to you, don't believe it. Simply don't believe it. You've got to know in your heart of hearts that your God has directed you to make a very specific decision, and you heard it in stereo in your head. Not somebody, standing there doing, and if you don't do this, this is going to happen, and blah, 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 blah. Nobody has the right to tell you how to live, how to behave, and how to conduct your life. Nobody has that right. And if they do it in the name of God, then I question that person, because a lot of things have been done in the name of God. Millions and millions and millions of people have died in the name of God. People believing they were doing the right things. All right? So please think this thing through. Don't make rash decisions. Don't make rash decisions. Rather ask somebody, get some other information. Don't just take it at face value, please.